saw in the mine are a resident inventor. We knew this was his office because of the skylights. Since there weren't any electric lights up here at the time, everything he did in this room was done either by sunlight or candlelight. The sunlight, obviously, is going to be a little cheaper than shipping in a bunch of candles every week. That natural sunlight is also very important in the assaying process, which is when you test your ore to find out the exact concentration level of silver to waste rock. As in, assay, there's a lot of silver in that rock. Now, if any of you folks are interested in the exact chemical process that's involved there, please let me know at the end of the tour. I'd be more than happy to explain it to you in detail. However, I go into those details in the middle of my tour, and I tend to lose a lot of people, so we're going to skip that for now. Alright, now, the two pictures of the miners on the wall behind me here are actually very rare. Most of these guys, as I already said, believe pretty strongly in those Tommyknockers. Well, they were afraid that the flash on a camera was going to upset the Tommyknockers and then they'd cause a cave-in. So most of these guys did not allow photography while they were underground. That's why you see a lot of pictures like the top one over there, where they're all out in front of the entrance, but hardly any like these two where they're underground working. Now, as I said in that last room, once these guys went in there, they're down there for 10 hours straight. They're not coming out for any reason. That means you're going to have to bring everything you need on your shift in with you, including your explosives. This green box that's on the floor next to me here is actually the explosives box. You can see this thing is very thick. It's solid metal. Originally it would have been lined with wood. The type of explosive they were using at the time was a black powder nitroglycerin compound, which is incredibly unstable. You don't even want to think about this stuff wrong or it might go off on you. That's your big thick metal box here. Now once you got back inside the mine, you had to unload your explosives from this box. Because if they dropped below about 52 degrees, the stuff would freeze and crystallize and wouldn't explode at the end of the shift. And that's, obviously a pretty big problem in our mine since it's never any warmer than 46 degrees. Their original solution to keep this stuff warm was to stick it down their pants. Better hope the wife didn't pack anything with beans in it for lunch, huh? No, as if that's not bad enough, once this stuff reached about 80 degrees, it began to sweat nitroglycerin, which if you get just a little on your skin, it can do all kinds of bad things to you, drop in blood pressure, heart palpitations, pounding migraine headaches, which I'm told feel like the worst ice cream headache you could ever imagine, hallucinations, all kinds of bad stuff. So, these guys are walking around in the dark, they're cold, wet, swinging sledgehammers, or a little too close for comfort to a swinging sledgehammer. They have pounding migraine headaches, they're hallucinating, and they have a pant load full of explosives. Just another day in the office, huh? Thankfully, they did eventually come up with a little bit safer method of keeping this stuff warm. It's called a dynamite warmer. That's what this is. And as I'm sure you can guess, you're going to slide your dynamite sticks in these metal tubes here. Then you fill the whole top compartment there with nice hot water. And you set the whole thing down on top of a candle. You can see that bottom compartment here is actually vented for that candle flame. The idea is, as the water cools and sinks to the lower part of this upper compartment, the candle flame below reheats it, keeps it circulating in there, keeping it at a stable temperature where it explodes at the end of the day, plus no one has to walk around with explosives in their undies. Definitely a bonus in my book. Alright, now, we actually have a job opening here at the Lebanon mine today. We're looking for a runner. We just can't seem to keep these kids on the site. You want to be a runner for me, young man? You want to apply to be a runner? Alright, come on up here. What's your name? TJ. TJ? Alright. Well, TJ, we already talked about your first job, right? Keeping that furnace going in the other room, making sure everybody's clothes are dry. Handle that, right? Piece of cake. Throwing some wood in there once in a while. Nothing to it. Alright, well, your second job, see how dull this drill bit is?
Yeah.
That's probably not going to drill through rock, is it? No. So once in a while throughout the day, it's your job to run back into that mine, gather up all these dull ones, bring them out to the blacksmith so he can sharpen them, grab some sharp ones from him, bring them back into the miners. You can carry 4 or 5 of those at once?
Probably.
It's a little heavier than it looks, just so you guys know. Alright, TJ, now, your third job has to do with this box. Now don't worry, we're not going to make you carry it full of explosives, but we are going to make you carry it full of something. TJ, did you see a bathroom in that mine today? No. I don't know about you, but I can't hold it for 10 hours straight. No, neither could they. Well, TJ, once they unload this box, they're going to put a little bit of sand or dirt in the bottom of it, kind of like a kitty litter box, and that's going to become their potty box. It's going to be where they're going to the bathroom during that 10-hour shift. Well, TJ, does that box look big enough to you to hold the potty from 35 miners for a whole 10-hour shift? So TJ, your third and final duty is the duty of those miners. Once that potty box gets full, it's your job to run back into that mine, lug out this nasty, sloppy, stinky box, dump it in the woods somewhere, and bring it back into the miners. You want to do that for me for 70 cents a day?
No.
Yeah, I'd call it a crappy job myself. But for being such a good sport, for volunteering for me, I will give you a piece of silver as well. There you go, TJ. How about a big round of applause for almost Roger? All right, folks. Does anybody have any questions for me in here?
I have one.
Sure.
What was the incentive for these guys to do this? I mean,
They actually were paid very, very well. The miners made about $3.50 a day, and this was at a time when your average American only made about 60 cents a day. So they actually were paid